welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we are talking about Tropical Storm Bill, which has just formed in the Atlantic. Tropical Depression 2 formed earlier in the day on Monday. I waited a little bit just to see if it would stay a tropical depression or turn into a tropical storm. It has officially become a tropical storm like a couple minutes before I started filming this. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's get right on into it. Tropical Storm Bill currently has maximum sustained winds of 45 miles an hour, minimum central pressure of 1,003 millibars, and is moving northeast at 23 miles an hour, moving pretty quick. So let's first go over here, just reload this real quick. And this is Tropical Storm Bill, so formed right off the east coast and is moving away pretty quickly, but you just get a low pressure right in here, and that developed pretty quickly. So yesterday I made a video saying that this probably wasn't going to form. At that time there was a 10 to 20% chance of this forming. Early in the day Monday, that 20% jumped straight to 70%, and it formed very quickly after that. So we now have a pretty active time in the Atlantic, so things are starting to ramp up here. So we're going to start off here with our cone, and now this is a tropical storm, and is going to continue to stay a tropical storm and eventually go post-tropical as it is passing by Labrador. So I think that this is going to be pretty short-lived. This is probably going to last the entire day Tuesday, and by Wednesday it'll probably start to weaken. Now if we go to our arrival time of winds with 5-day wind speed probabilities turned on, best chance of tropical storm force winds is off to the southeast side because the center of the storm is right here. The worst of the winds is right in here, and this will strengthen probably a little bit. We'll probably see like a 50-mile-an-hour storm out of this, and then start to steadily decline as it moves off to the northeast. So let's move on here, current storm information. So let's go on down here to our global and hurricane models, and this is showing a pretty consistent path. Straight northeast, clips Labrador, right by St. John's, takes a turn to the east, across the Atlantic, gets picked up by the jet stream, and shot into Europe. GFS is the exact same, just a little bit of a mess over here once you get into Europe, but at that point, it's so far off, 144 hours, so you do expect a little bit of inconsistency there. The GEPS shows a pretty steady track all the way over to Europe. Has the storm going a little bit further to the west and has a full-on landfall in Labrador there. And it goes through, continues to actually strengthen a bit. We go from 1,003 to 1,001 and across. That usually happens with storms going across the Atlantic. They're in open waters, but at that point they are, of course, extratropical. It's way too far north at that point. Intensity guidance. So right now we're seeing this peak and then it's going to fall off. So that makes sense. But we do have a lot of inconsistency here because this is just showing wind speeds. So as storms go up to the north, they can get higher wind speeds. So that does make sense a little bit. In terms of the European model, really not much here, but it just shows straight northeast flow of the storm. So let's wrap things up here with the models, and we're looking at right in here. So this storm moves straight off. The GFS does have this weakening pretty quickly. This is, of course, early Wednesday, and that low pressure is kind of engulfed into a larger low pressure system. Then it breaks off again, moves across, and you can see that the GFS has this moving off toward Iceland. So in terms of, let's go to our lower dynamics here, and you can see just that little area to the southeast of the center of the storm is where those tropical storm force winds are. So let's go over here, and see how this tracks. So those winds kind of stay off the coast of Labrador. Maybe areas near St. John's could get some, heightened risk. Maybe some storm surge, just a little bit. But really everything looks to be staying offshore. And at that point, it moves across, weakens a lot, and dies off. So we have our second storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. Did not expect it to be right off the coast of the U.S. I would have thought that the Gulf system here would be our next system, but we have our second system. Maybe we could see a third. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.